My first sport was baseball. And our team, I can't remember our team, we had blue jerseys and we had gray pants. And I was so excited to play baseball. I was telling all my friends because, once again, we couldn't really afford. So this was just some extra sauce. I'm not even sure how it happened. We couldn't really afford extracurricular activities like that. We were just happy to make ends meet. But I played baseball. I remember getting an old glove from somewhere. Didn't get a new glove. I think I got some cleats from the son of my dad's boss at the time. I was ready to take the field. Took the field, and I played left field. That's what I played, left field. And of course, I was comfortable there because in Little League, not many kids are hitting the ball that far out in the field, right? So I was basically chilling. And I seen a couple of baseball games on television. I had sunflower seeds in my mouth. I was spitting out the shell of the sunflower seed. It was just hilarious. And I remember now it was time for me to learn how to practice batting. And I was so afraid of the ball. I don't know what. I mean, the first time I swung the bat, the ball and the bat, I think we're playing with metal bats, if I'm not mistaken. The ball made this vibrating, or the bat made this vibrating feeling in my hand that I didn't like. It almost felt like I was getting shocked. I know it sounds crazy, but it felt like, I don't know, it felt weird to me. So I decided that I no longer wanted to hit the ball. Yeah. No, are you hearing me? I played Little League baseball for the entire season, but from that moment on, in fact, I probably still have, I need to look it up. I keep telling people I got it. But at that time, I had the record for the most walks in Little League baseball history for Louisiana because I wouldn't swing the bat. And so if you know anything about baseball, you can't strike out. I mean, really. So I had, well, you can strike out, but I wouldn't swing the bat. And so I would just get walked, right? So I would walk around the base. And so I was afraid to make contact with the ball, check this out, because of how it made me feel. So my way of navigating curveballs, my way of navigating the fastball, my way of navigating having to hit the ball was I avoided the contact. I avoided the ball. And in life, that really doesn't work. If I were to apply that principle, let's say to my marriage, or if I were to apply that principle, let's say to my job, if I were to apply that principle to parenting, man, I would strike out at day one. Because most times in life, curveballs, issues, challenges that we're up against, they have to be faced. You can't walk around in life just seeing curveballs come your way, seeing curveballs come your direction, and you just gonna dodge? No. Hear me clear and hear me loud. When curveballs come our way, it's imperative that we learn how to navigate those rough seasons of our lives so that we build something called resilience and something called confidence, because live long enough, another curveball is coming. If you keep living, nobody goes through life just having one curveball come their way. I don't care how rich or how poor you are. We all have curveballs that come our way. And sometimes curveballs come one after the other, after the other, after the other. So what do? When life throws you a challenge. Here is some things I want to share with you today. It's not so much the secret to bouncing back, but here is how you bounce back. And hear me out, the importance of bouncing back. A study that was published published in Health Psychology found that resilient people are 30% less likely to develop chronic health conditions such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, compared to those with lower resilience. If you were with us last week, I simply said that resilience is just the ability to bounce back. Resilience is not the ability to dodge challenges. It's the ability to bounce back from life challenges. American Psychological Association found that individuals with high resilience report greater overall life satisfaction as they are better equipped to handle life's curveballs. Here's some curveballs that may have come your way recently that you're still trying to navigate, or here are some curveballs that possibly you've avoided and that may be coming your way. Job loss. Here's some curveballs that people face. Losing a job, especially unexpectedly, is a major curveball. It's a curveball for many reasons, to include that's your source of income, to include you have to pay bills, to include that sometimes as you lose jobs, if you lose your job, rather, you lose your position or your place even in your family. Losing a job sometimes creates uncertainty about the future. Another curveball that sometimes life will throw. Have you ever heard of an individual who maybe they thought, or you thought, or the doctor told them they were in perfectly good health, and all of a sudden some health issue just knocked them out of the game? They got news that, hey, this health issue is so big, so grand, so severe that you may have months to live, or maybe you have to find another kind of employment because this issue that you have, health issues, sometimes are another curveball that comes our way. Relationships break down. Whether you're dating, whether you're married, break up, divorce, don't see eye to eye. You hear people all the time that say, man, they've outgrown somebody. And I hate to see, man, there's a popular judge just the other day who I said, wow, they filed for divorce, and we're on the outside looking in. We don't know what goes down or what has happened. But you only wish, you pray that relationships, marriages, and so forth last and work out. But sometimes when relationships break down, that's a curveball. Financial setbacks. I saw somebody the other day, or heard about somebody the other day, who had relied on a source of income from social media. And they built a lifestyle around all the attention, the likes, the comments, the shares, and so forth that they were getting from social media. And of course, because they were getting all of this, they were being well compensated. So they built a business around that. Then all of a sudden, that came crumbling down, and there's no more of that happening for them. Major setback. Parenting challenges. I think I'm going to do an episode on being 40 plus with a toddler. Sometimes parenting challenges can throw you a curveball. Whether you're parenting toddlers and your kids are just learning their first words, and so now their stuff comes out of their mouth that you're like, where'd they come from? Put that back in your mouth, right? Or you're parenting teenagers who are developing, and they're beginning to explore and grow up in life, and you're like, man, we got to have these talks and conversations. Or even parenting adults. Parenting challenges come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. Unexpected life transitions sometimes, whether you've got a family member who sometimes all of a sudden they need your care. An elderly parent, you become a caregiver, or life transitions sometimes throw us curveballs in life. But let me caution you to develop a positive outlook, because sometimes when curveballs come our way, they end up being more blessing than curse. Sometimes when curveballs come our way, we develop new skills. I told you in episode 1, a curveball came my way at the beginning of the pandemic. And man, here I am trying to scramble, trying to figure things out. And all of a sudden, lo and behold, I didn't know that I had an entrepreneur spirit. I had no idea. Had no desire to have my own business. Had no desire. At that time, the way that I'm doing it now, I couldn't see it. But that curveball brought out something in me that I think has caused me to have a greater reach, more impact, and more influence than I had prior to me walking into this season of my life. When you think about the fact that there are some things that we can do as it relates to our outlook, our understanding, our point of view with regard to life's curveballs. There's several examples in real life. When I say real life, I mean several examples that we've seen with celebrities, examples in your own families. And we've seen people develop something we didn't know that they had that pushed them. Remember the first time I saw Kobe Bryant get injured. I want to say it was the knee, and then from the knee he ruptured his Achilles. However that went, I'm not certainly don't basketball fans don't throw tomatoes at me because I don't know the exact order. But when I saw him rupture his Achilles and go to the free throw line and say, I'm shooting my own free throws. No. You're not hearing what I'm saying. And I've never ruptured my Achilles. I hope and pray I never feel that kind of pain. But from the people that I've talked to, that I know that have had these kinds of injuries, walking is the last thing that they want to do. Putting any kind of weight is the last thing that they want to do. But that curveball brought something out of Kobe Bryant, right? To let him know that to have him respond to that curveball by saying, I'm walking to this free throw line. I'm not going to let this get me down, get me out. I'm going to do what I got to do to complete my task, and then I'll go get the help that I need. Sometimes in life, curveballs become refiners in our lives that help to sharpen existing tools and develop new tools.